Good morning, everybody, from downtown Moran, Arizona, or actually the edge of nowhere in Moran, Arizona. The closest I ever see people is planes flying overhead. We get the little crop dusters that fly over from the local airport down the road. And then just north of us here, we've got Pinal Air Park, huge plane graveyard that is also the home of the Arizona Army National Air Guard. So I've got Black Hawks and Hueys going over. I guess we're on one of the approach routes to Davis-Monthan because we get C-130s and C-123s coming over the top of us all the time. And I was like, C-123? It's the twin engine instead of the four engine C-130. The two engine brand is the 123. I know, I jumped out of them. But I saw one of those and I said, oh my God, those things are from pre-Vietnam. The last C-130 you see in the air was made in 1968. Believe it. And they're still using them. That's a very hardy aircraft. I didn't mind jumping out of the C-123 because they took the door off on the ground. It wouldn't open in flight. It opened the wrong way. So they'd take the door off on the ground. I was the shortest guy in the stick, so we loaded the plane from the bass end. So I ended up right next to the door. I'm 10 feet away from the tarmac of the airport down in Fort Bragg and Pope Airfield. So my very first jump, this was in Benning, jump school. My very first jump was from a C-123. It was only the third time I had ever been on an airplane. And there was a hole right next to me. All the way up to 1,200 feet when they jumped us. And I was the first one in the door. I got a boot in my ass. The jump master booted me in the ass to get me out of the plane. So whenever anybody says, oh, you're a paratrooper? Did you get a boot print? That's what it means. As he froze up in the door and the jump master had to literally kick you out. Happened to me the very first time. After that, I love jumping. So anyway, today's video is going to be dealing with pot for pets. The hell's wrong with my cigarette? I hate it when they burn like that. So, pot for pets. And I'm starting a tradition here of shooting my videos on the deck first. As I have a cigarette for the day before I go inside and smoke my weed. I guess I'll just put this one out and save it. Ashes on the screen. Get off. So anyway, we're going to go inside and we're going to talk about pots for pet. Right, Pena? You want to go talk about pot? Huh? You want to talk about pot, baby? Let's go inside and get high. You get the secondhand smoke. So, let's just walk inside. Oh, sorry, I can't bend over. I'm actually bent over. I can't stand up straight. Kick off the sandals. It's 46 degrees out there still. In the desert, yes. It gets very cold in the desert. We're actually at 12 to 1,800 feet. Ta-da! Shorts. I swear, this magnet belt that I got from Beacon Corporation is awesome for your lower back. I've been wearing it 24/7. This little belt here. It's got an insert with magnets. And the magnet therapy on my lower back has been awesome. Add that to the new bed I'm sleeping in. You don't want to look at my crack. Add that to the new bed I'm sleeping in, and I've been getting so much better. I still nap on the couch right here, bring my pillows out for the day. But at night, I've been sleeping every night since we opened up the bed in the bedroom. First time in 6-7 years. Because it got to where I couldn't lay in the regular bed, I moved around. Well, now I've got this huge foam pillow on the floor that's about 1.5 feet deep, 18 inches deep of soft foam. And I just get nestled down into it and it sucks me in and I can't roll. Because when I roll, I wake up frozen in place. All I can do is lay there. and wish that Debbie was still home, because I'd wake up way after her, and I'd be laying there in pain, and I had to like reach for my pills, and I literally put my morphine under my tongue. Sorry, doc, but I had to do that back then. It wasn't even morphine, it was my hydrocodone and then OxyContin. I would put it under my tongue, just so I could get out of bed within an hour. Okay, now I'm on pot. And we're talking about pot for pets. And I'm going to YouTube this and call it marijuana, its effect on our pets. Now this is straight from thebark.com. Let's get right into it, 23 minutes. This bulldog spent 2 years either laying down or vomiting. 2 straight years. Didn't go anywhere except to the bathroom, food dish, water. Just laid there. And anytime it got up, it was puking. Okay. Daily dose of medical marijuana, and he now plays like a puppy. They didn't give us the age in this, but saying like he's playing like a puppy now means that he was getting along in years. A boxer, skin cancer, begins to disappear following the owner getting a cannabis tincture for topical application from the local dispensaries. And these are not isolated incidences. More and more people are seeking cannabis cures for their pets. California is going great because they've got pet products in some of the dispensaries there. I'm actually going to ask Aaron, hi Aaron, and Botanica Nation here, I'm going to ask them if they'll start carrying treats for dogs and cats. Because, for one thing, Sonny is a fat-ass Bengal. Okay, he's a wild cat. But without another cat to play with since Sierra died, he lays down and eats out of his bowl. Big fat boy. Well, he's like 20, 25 pounds now, or more. And he even lays it next to his water bowl, dips his paw in, and licks the water off of it. Which the dog wants me to put her up on the bathroom counter so she can drink off the tap, because Sonny puts his shitty paw with litter and cat shit on it in the water to drink. So she doesn't drink out of the bowl unless I make it really fresh. So when Debbie takes a shower at night, Pena will lead me into the bathroom, make me sit down on the side of the tub while Deb's in the shower stall. She jumps up on my lap and jumps up on the counter, and I put the faucet on a steady stream for her to lick up. Because that's the only time she drinks enough water. And yeah, if you ever look at her, she eats like a pig. I mean, I don't know how much turkey and stuffing she would sit there and eat, like a half pound of food. Never gains an ounce. But she's got that broken leg that didn't get set right, so her ankle, her left leg bends out like that at the knee. She's bow-legged on half side. I think she started leaving the room when I started smoking pot. She has since come out here and stayed here while I smoke. I blow my smoke away from her up into the vaulted ceilings, but I think she realizes that Daddy's smoke is helping her. It makes her feel better. She's put that together. She's smart. She's a very smart dog. You wouldn't believe the things she's trained us to do. And all by signs and signals. The way she comes up and she'll lay next to me and just reach over and touch my hand like that and just go like that. And she wants a rub down. And I give her a rub down just like I do Sonny. Our pets, they have personalities. They're so close to us. That's why we call them our little furry family. Now, just like all vertebrate life on Earth, animals have the ECS. Whales have an ECS. That means they can utilize cannabinoids. Is that too simple for the government to look at and say, whoa, this is true, so we should reschedule cannabis and put it as medicinal value? Because it's just bullshit. And now, with our pets, and they're still saying further clinical trials are needed. And like I keep saying, 6,500 years of clinical trials. TheBark.com, these are clinical trials. Yes, they weren't in a controlled environment, but they're living truth and proof of the safety and efficacy of medical marijuana for everything. Not just everybody now, but our pets. Hemp-derived CBD, there is no toxicity level. I couldn't find one. There might be one out there. THC doesn't even have a toxicity level. Your brain shuts itself off if it gets too high. Your brain has a switch that does that. If the THC is too strong, it'll cut you off. And you might be up here for a while, but you could have gone up here and kept going. But your brain stopped you because it says, that's enough. We can't take any more. Animals have this system too. And it can't be denied. Especially with this poop. Now, running halfway almost. Research for anything that you can get locally, or go to aonmothernature.com. Tracy Morgan Gibson's site, CBD Hemp Saved Me, on Facebook. Legal hemp-derived CBD. Safe. Non-psychoactive. Non-addictive. Non-toxic. It's totally, CBD is naturally in our bodies. Okay? Adding CBD to the body does nothing but stimulate your receptors to promote homeostasis. And it's the same thing with our pets. Now, dogs, pound for pound, if your dog weighs as much as you, he is still too sensitive to the THC. He cannot take what you have. Try the hemp-derived CBD products first. They've got hemp chews called treatables. Treat, I-B-L-E-S. Chews made from hemp. This one lady has a domestic female skunk named Ricochet. At 12 years old, this skunk got cataracts. But after nibbling a few of the hemp chews, she started to look at things again. Okay? Instead of turning her head for sound, she was focusing on people. And you could see it. Just like glaucoma in humans. Cataracts in a skunk. Cataracts in a skunk. Cured by hemp chews. Do not tell me that there's anything dangerous about this. As I can't find a CBD toxicity level, I'm going to go look some more. I didn't look much. But I don't think there's any toxicity level for cannabidiol. And like I said, CBD, or THC, your brain tells you to stop. And like I said, 1,500 pounds in 15 minutes is what you'd have to smoke to overdose on marijuana. Your brain will not let you do that. It will shut down. And you might pass out, but it's not a bad pass out. It's your body telling you you've gone too far. So we can't dose our pets like we dose ourselves. So you need to find low THC and CBD will not get your dog high, and it will give the balance for keeping cancer out. Now, there's a thing in here about cancer and arthritis on some dogs I'm never going to get to. I might do pots for pets. This might be part 1, because I'm already at 13 minutes, and I ramble, but I give you real life things that, things I've noticed about my dog, and what she does, and how she acts. And Sonny used to lay on the floor all the time, below the smoke level. Well, now he's up here in his house up there. Can you see his house right there? He's up here, in that box. He's up where the smoke is now. He's still eating, so I think he's getting the munchies. But if we can get CBD for him, I'm sure it'll help his weight. I'm sure it'll start dropping his weight. Because that's what cannabidiol does. Weight control. Blood sugar control. Okay? Diabetics, you can use none of this new shit. Placebo ready. Side effects. Just read that pamphlet. Both sides. Tiny writing. Okay, it takes you 2 hours to read this pamphlet. There's so many evil things in that pamphlet if you just read it carefully. And we have to do the same for our pets. Okay. Pressing. Have you ever seen a dog? If you see a dog put his forehead and nose up against the wall, or even a cat, that's called pressing. It's a sign that something's wrong. What you want to do is you want to gently touch your pet calmly, keep them calm, talk calm, go over the body, look for sore spots. Don't press hard for sore spots. Your animal will let you know by reaction. If you start getting too close to a sore knee for arthritis, they'll turn and look. And the closer you get, watch out, don't get snipped. No matter how much your dog loves you, if you touch it in a bad sore spot, it can nip. And it's not mean, it's just because it hurts, and he wants you to stop. And that's the only reaction you can get. Why? Because his pain level is so high. That's why migraines kill us, okay? Think about your dog having a debilitating migraine like a human. That's what it is like when they're in pain, and they can't tell us. We have to watch them for signs and symptoms. We had to put Sierra down, our 14-year-old Abyssinian, last year. The signs were she was meowing a lot, mournful, and she would walk across the room and squat like she's going to pee. All that came out was little drops of blood. Kidney failure. No hope for her. 14 years old. So we had to put her down. And also she has Helicobacter. So does Sonny. He got it from Sierra. And Babu had it. Our gray, smoky gray Abyssinian. He was getting so skinny from this Helicobacter. He was eating, losing weight. Always afraid of the front door. Never went near it. Big, scary thing. Outdoors. One night he was lurking behind the couch. I was going outside. I barely just slipped through the door. He ran out. He was under our deck, under our shed at first. And I got down on the ground. I reached in. I finally got him. He buried his teeth in my finger. I had to go to the emergency room for her. But he got away. Debbie wasn't fast enough for the blanket. And besides, he was dying. So actually, he left because he wanted to die alone. That's what animals do. Okay? You gotta watch for these signs and symptoms. I never saw him near the door. He slipped out so fast. It breaks my heart that I was the one that let him out, really. But he wanted to go die. That's what he wanted to do. Animals do that. Almost like the older, ancient Native Americans. The old people would go off into the desert or the woods or whatever to die when they knew it was their time. And we all know when it's our time, unless it's an accident or a surprise, you know. But when we get old, we start realizing our mortality, and we start being able to predict when we're going to die. And that's when they would know to take off, so that the village didn't have to mourn over them. That's why they did that. Well, animals are the same way. They run away if they're really, really sick. So Babu, I don't know what he had. He might have had a cancer too, to be so skinny and eating. And he didn't throw up, and he didn't shit much. It was just bloody diarrhea, which is the Helicobacter showing through. It's loose stools and blood. You gotta watch that in cats, especially kennel cats and breeders. That a lot of animals, different animals around each other, these bacteria get passed along. Okay, and they're bad for us. So Helicobacter is something you really want to watch out for in cats. It doesn't seem to be affecting the dog. She's always regular stools. Because I see her, I watch her and go, "You poop for daddy." Poop. Okay, so she gets PTs, poop treats. I can't say RIDE in the CAR or the TRUCK either. She is so smart, she will be at the door screaming, barking, yelping, let's go for an RIDE. Our dogs, our pets, communicate with us on a level that we don't always realize. So when they're in pain, you want to watch for what's going on. And if you can get them hemp-derived CBD, not to get them high, it will not happen. But their receptors in their body will take this. Sorry, I'm rocking. I'm in pain. Their bodies will take this and utilize it. Okay, CBD for tumors. Yes, you can inject it directly into tumors to start the immediate action of autophagy, where the cancer eats itself and it protects the cells around it. Okay, you can't always do that with an animal because you don't know where the problem is. And you don't want to dose your dog with heavy rads for all these x-rays to see what might be the problem. Okay, it could be anything from arthritis to the Helicobacter. It could be anything. Okay, so you get your dog checked out by a vet, find out what it's got. Most vet medicines are not like what Big Pharma pushes on us. Okay, there's a lot of old standardized medicines that are used by veterinarians that they still just use. Very few things come out from Big Pharma or pet pharmaceutical companies if they're separate. Okay, there's not as much pushing drugs for animals as they push drugs on humans. So, trust your vet. Now, there's a problem with that though. Veterinarians countrywide, no matter if weed is totally legal in that state for both medical and recreational, veterinarians can lose their license for telling you to dose your pet with CBD. He shouldn't even say, if it were me, I would get some CBD. He's not allowed to say that. He can lose his license because pets are not covered under the human medical marijuana laws. We need to make some kind of codicil to this that allows veterinarians to use this stuff called vet CBD. Okay? Vet CBD. Hemp derived. Or no, that's a cannabis derived. It's actually got some THC in it. And it's used for tumors and everything. Everything wrong with the human condition. Everything wrong with the dog, cat, skunks, monkeys condition. Anything. The endocannabinoid system works with what? Cannabinoids. Cannabidiol, tetrahydrocannabinol, cannabigerol, cannabidiol, cannabidiol. Yes, there's all these cannabinoids, 480 constituents to marijuana, all beneficial. But still, remember, THC for dogs is not the same pound for pound. So if your dog weighs 150 and you weigh 150, he cannot take half of what you take. He needs low dose THC to work for tumors and cancers and some diseases. And especially dementia. Animals get dementia too, where they'll forget who you are and bite you because they don't know, they think you're a stranger every time they wake up. Their mind's gone. It's Alzheimer's for dogs. THC content marijuana fixes Alzheimer's in humans. So, if the dogs have an ECS like we do, and we can cure our dementia, then we can cure our dog's dementia. And they're still saying we need clinical trials, and everybody knows my view on clinical trials. 10,000 years. There's 10,000 years of clinical trials, and now there's all this proof. These should be allowed in as clinical trials. They should not have to spend another $1 billion researching a plant that has already been proven to be safe and non-toxic, non-addicting. My morphine helps me in my pains. Okay, I'm getting down to the middle level. I'm now down at 5. I haven't been there in 5 years. Okay? That was one extra morphine a day. One extra 30 milligram a day has made a difference. Along with this magnet belt, my new bed, and the weed. Things are improving. My quality of life is improving. Day by day sometimes. Little ways, but it's improving. Marijuana has become a very, very high impact on my quality of life. And it can do the same for our pets. Why not? The ECS is there. It just needs to be utilized. It needs to be turned on. If you smoke around your pet, you have already turned on their ECS. They're getting something. But do not blow smoke in your cat's face, mouth, nose, ears, anything. Do not. I actually got up and left a friend's house back in the Army. He was living off post with his wife, and he's blowing smoke in the cat's ear, and the cat was not enjoying it. You'd see its eyes were like, oh my God, what the hell is going on here? And it couldn't walk. I said, dude, stay away from me. I wasn't even in his platoon. He was in my company, but I wasn't in his platoon. But we were all over there for a smoke-a-thon, or a bong-a-thon we used to call them. Everybody had a bong, and we had a party bowl of weed, and we're all smoking up. Well, he's blowing the smoke in his cat's ear. And I said, dude, don't do that. He says, oh, I do it all the time. This cat was stupid. It was brain damage from the THC. There was too much. And blowing it in their ears goes directly into their brain without going through your system anymore. So it's undiluted, and it's too potent for them. They're 1/10 or less of your size. Do not blow smoke on your pet. Smoke in a nice big open room, windows open, air purifier. Oh crap, my air purifier is not running. Debbie's supposed to turn that on. Hold on. Bing! Okay, sorry, but I can't smoke in the house without the air purifier filter thing is on. Which is also a unique incorporation. Very good air purifiers, water filtration systems that are out of this world. Very complicated to use. I mean, they have multi-layers of this certain type of rock in this layer. And it goes to another stage, there's something else, and another filter, there's a foam filter, there's a mesh filter, there's all kinds of things that this water goes through. And it's supposed to be energizing and stuff. It never energized us, and it was very expensive to keep replacing the rocks and filters every 6 months. It was very expensive. The products are expensive, but they are good. Now, we didn't see any effects from the water. Okay. Many people do. Like me. I don't get high. I don't get a buzz off my morphine. My dog is getting secondhand smoke, and she's probably getting a little bit of buzz. And both animals seem to eat a lot, so that means they have the munchies, to me. But the more Pena spends out here with me while I'm smoking, makes me believe that she knows she's getting a little pain relief maybe for her knee. Because she'll be running around a tripod with her left leg up. And then after I've smoked a little bit, she's running. And doing quick stops and turnarounds and running back. She goes from one end of the couch to the other 5 times in a second when Mom comes home. Don't say the M-O-M word. Because she'll start looking for her. I told her she's smart and she knows everything we say. I have to spell everything. Thank God she can't spell. Okay, I'm only halfway through this and I'm almost done. 28 minutes now. I'm going to go over the rest of this tomorrow. I have another, this is on pets. I'm not even done with this one. But I'm going to be messaging my dispensary and see if they've ever thought about getting pet treats with CBD and or cannabis infused. If it's made for pets, then the THC content will be where it needs to be, not from your bud. I repeat, do not blow smoke on your pets. I'll block you. I'll unfriend you and block you if I find out you're doing that to your pets. It's wrong. You need to get them the CBD spray that you can spray in their mouth. And like I said, there's no toxicity level for hemp-derived CBD that I can find. 29 minutes, I'm going to have to stop. Like I said, I have to cut these off at 30 minutes. I'm going to go over the rest of this tomorrow. And I'm going to upload YouTube. This tonight will be part 1 of marijuana, its effect on our pets. And I hope I've made some sense. And I hope everybody is ready for more information tomorrow. I don't even think I got through all of this first page. In fact, I think I'm right down here. Put a mark for that so I know. So, the endocannabinoid system, it is in our pets. All vertebrate life. Stop screwing around, reschedule marijuana, make it for our pets, specific for their weight, size, all that. Do this. Save our pets. Free marijuana from the prison of ignorance. Bye.